Bog Jewelers, timeless jewelry for generations.
खाना खाना जितना आसान है, अब खाना बनाना भी उतना ही आसान हो जाएगा। 10 ही मिनटों में बनाइए अपने पसंदीदा डिशेस, चाहे वो हो शाही पनीर, दाल मखनी, तंदूरी वेजिटेबल्स या फिर दाल तड़का या फिर सीधी सादी भिंडी फ्राई। क्वींस करी किचन की तरफ से आपके लिए है 4 मसालों की शानदार रेंज, इजी करी। आज ही लाइए और जब आपके घर में खुशबुएं उठेंगी तो सब पूछेंगे आखिर ये खाना कौन से रेस्टोरेंट से मंगवाया है। आज ही कॉल कीजिए 5166100203 या फिर हमारी वेबसाइट के थ्रू ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर्स प्लेस कीजिए www.queenscurrykitchen.com। Free shipping all over the US.
Hi, my name is Alicia Merchant and I'm the winner of Miss Bharat New York 2019. And we will be having a special guest today with us, Yuthika. She is the first runner-up of Miss Bharat New York 2019. And here she is. Hi, Yuthika. How are you?
Hi,
Next up, we have a triple threat for you guys. We have the Mrs. Elite, Mrs. International, and Beauty Plus. Please give these women a warm welcome to the stage.
Hi, good evening. My question for you is, how do you handle peer pressure?
Okay, so as I said earlier in my intro, like I got divorced from my husband, so that was the biggest pressure I ever felt in my life. I was so emotionally connected with everyone, including my in-laws or including him. But that was the biggest time that I tried to distract myself from him, just because being in a toxic relationship is not a reason, and that's why I start improving myself. And that I always suggest, if I am in a pressure or if I'm feeling like, oh, something is gonna wrong, I will start to divert my mind into something which is very positive. And I always think what I'm gonna do is gonna be replaced by my kids or maybe my sisters or maybe other young women who gonna see me. And then that's why I start feeling like, okay, no, this is wrong. And I need to be a positive person. So that's why. Thank you.
Runner-up is YUTHIKA. YUTHIKA is our second runner-up. All right. First runner-up is लाइफ बहुत है, लाइफ बहुत है, रोशनी बहुत है, ज्योति बहुत है. ज्योतिका is our first runner-up. Jyotika is our first runner-up. So round of applause for them. So we have second runner-up, first runner-up. We're going to be announcing the winner very soon. Round of applause for this gorgeous Miss category. Please exit the stage. Can I have Mrs. Bharat?
Wow, that's amazing. I miss those days. It's
I
been a
missed.
year. Right. So tell me something. How was that moment when you were crowned for first runner-up as Miss Bharat New York 2019?
That was really an amazing moment of my life. So when I was starting my journey towards Miss Bharat New York in 2019, I was not really like prepared. Like, okay, when I came for the pageant, all of the girls were worried about how they look, how they walk, how is their hairstyles gonna be, or this and that. And I was just worrying about like, okay, am I able to go on the stage or am I able to walk? Because, I was married for 5 years and I was not ready, or I haven't been on a stage in those 5 years. And so I'm like, is it whatever I'm doing, is that's gonna be okay for myself? So it was a great moment. And by the time when they crowned me, trust me, that was a heart robbing moment. I was not even prepared for getting that crown. I just did my best, like I gave my 100%. And hard work always pays. So that was
Right.
the moment when I get that.
So what made you participate in this pageant? Because I know by profession you are a pharmacist. So like, what's an idea behind it? Like, how can you relate?
So when I was in college, I always used to be a fashion icon for the people. So I used to participate in fashion shows or any pageant happening in those days. So I used to be Miss Student of the Year. I mean, my school name was Samarth, so I was Miss Samarth constantly for straight 3 years until I left my studies. And that was kind of encouraging. So I belong to the family where my parents are kind of very open minded, and my mom, my dad are, they're like, you can take interest, you can do whatever you want to do, this and that. So they always give me kind of a freedom living in India, like wearing clothes, going out and doing all of the things which you want to do or achieving. I still remember when I was very young, my mom used to send me to the dance class because she was fond ke मेरी लड़की को डांस आना चाहिए, this and that. And so I was like, okay, but I was not into the dance that much. So I'm like, I used to go sit, look at the people, but I learned how to walk. I mean, I learned how to
straight up myself and walk. So फिर धीरे धीरे they want me to be like looking good, this and that. So धीरे धीरे I start being a stylish, and my I have two brothers. So my middle brother, he's kind of a designer. उसको कपड़े design करना अच्छा लगता है. So he
Oh,
always look for the model. He's like किसी पे तो try करो, and he always find me as his model. So he will come do my hairs, and he will be like तेरे कपड़े मैंने ready करके रखे. So I used to do it in house, and then when Rashmi called me, I talked to my mom like, Mom, there is one pageant happening, and that's in New York, and she and my ex-in-laws were from New York. So I'm like, should I go there? Should I go back? And she's like, why not? Just go, just give yourself, just explore how you can be better, this and that. And as you saw me, like I was always positive. I was not there for crown. I was there just to meet the people and just to be like on the stage where I can explore new opportunities and these making new bonds. So it was kind of fun moment. पर वहाँ जाने के लिए I was there. I was ready to walk on ramps since I was kid, I guess.
that's amazing because, like, coming from Atlanta to New York for this pageant and then achieving first runner up is a very big thing, and we're very happy about it. Tell me your experience. Like, what was your experience when you were with the other competitors in the pageant?
Other competitors were more likely friends. Sare, I was meeting them for a first time, and they were so comfortable. They were like, it was kind of a small family in a one day. We were having good uh, practicing each other. So like, let's say कोई कुछ अलग कर रहा है और कोई कुछ नहीं ठीक से कर रहा है. So we were just trying to give our opinion like, ये तू ठीक से ऐसा नहीं कर रही, तू कुछ ऐसा करेगी तो it's gonna be better. So we were helping each other. Though I mean, in that way, there was no competition, कि चलो कोई भूल रहा है तो किसी को help करना है. It was not like कि मेरे को जीतना है. There was nothing up there. So the competitors were quite good. We made some TikTok fun, and honestly, that was my first TikTok ever I have made with them. I
We
was not even
encouraged you.
yeah, you guys did, and I was like, मैं dance नहीं कर सकती. Why you're just pushing me on a dance? And
Also,
they're like, नहीं नहीं
yeah,
हो
in the
जाएगा.
talent round, you were were singing a song.
Yeah, I was
Because
singing the song.
everybody asked you like, are you dancing or are you singing? And you were like, so are you like into it, or like you like it, or are you passionate about singing?
Yeah, I'm kind of passionate about singing because my dad sings really very good. He sings awesome. So जब भी हम घर पे ऐसे Saturday Sunday होता है और my dad was I mean usually when we were kids he was staying home with us. So all he do is turn on the radio and start singing. When we were kids we just join him. We don't know how the sur rag or
Right.
whatever is going where, but we just join my dad like चलो वो भी गा रहे अपने भी गाते हैं साथ में. So that's how I just follow him. I mean, I don't sing as good he does, but yeah, definitely I learned something out of him. That's where I'm like, I'm not gonna dance because let me just represent myself for what I am. So that's why I choose
Right.
singing or dancing.
So, like, is this COVID helping you? Like, can you tell me something about how are you spending this COVID? Because we know we have another year to celebrate, as pageants did not happen this year. So you are first runner-up for 2020 as well. So are you doing something which can inspire people, or are you planning to participate in Miss South Asia World? Like, how are you spending this pageant with COVID?
So first of all, as you know, I'm pharmacist, so all more of the time I'm busy at the work. Karib like 10 hours or 8 hours duties are like mandatory hours which you cannot just keep it. But moreover, I had done one Shiro's video for Enlightened Media. Enlightened Media is in Netflix, so you can take the look.
Oh, there you go.
So that was from my work, and that's where we were trying to be like, oh, what is
Wow,
our
that's amazing.
normal look, and then getting to the fashionable look. So this is how it was, and it was kind of presentable. And I feel like kind of a Shiro's where you were a frontline worker, plus you were being a frontline worker, you were also a beauty queen. So it's kind of a rare thing, like, because either you are in a profession or you are doing other things. So I'm happy that I'm combining both of the things, and that was a cute thing I have learned in COVID. Well, I was always thinking like staying positive is a good thing. And so in COVID, I have learned sometimes staying positive is really a good thing because you can always inspire the other people. So,
That's right.
yeah.
You look really beautiful in that video, and by listening to your conversation, as I know you personally, also, you're a very strong woman, being a frontline worker, then doing a beauty pageant and winning the show. It's really amazing to have a friend like that as well, because you inspire people. And tell me about that. You did in Atlanta. You crowned Maharani of Atlanta. How was that feeling after you winning the crown, you crowning someone else?
So it was a huge, great feeling when I was get crowned as Miss Bharat New York first runner-up. Then I was like here and on same, I mean, exactly next month this pageant was happening for Miss Bharat for Maharani of Atlanta. So when I walked there with the crown, people were looking like, oh, are you some kind of celebrity? Because having crown, having sash on you is kind of something different feeling. आपको ऐसा लगता है कि everyone is looking at you, and that was so true. Like people was definitely looking at me. They were looking like what kind of crown it is, what kind of achievement I'm having. So and
Right.
then they were definitely come ask you like how do you get yourself into that, like how you manage to get the crown, since New York crown is a biggest crown. So people were like कैसा था आपका experience, आपको कैसा लगा pageant में जाने के बाद, and then since I fly from Atlanta to New York, they're like that's kind of one courage where you're leaving here, you just flow yourself. And it was good. It was a very good experience. And then I meet Pariniti Chopra. So I was hugging her for the meet and greet, and she's like, oh, you're pretty, you're beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. So it's kind of such a humble words when you definitely get from other celebrity. It make you feel better. It make you feel like, oh gosh, I have done something more, or I have done this and that. So
You
it's kind
have
of
a
an
lot more to
achievement.
go. Like we have Miss South Asia World. Are you prepared? And it's happening in Atlanta. So are you
Yeah,
prepared?
I'm total excited for that thing. I used to go gym every day before this COVID situation happened. So I used to go there and I started doing Zumba. So that's how I can learn little bit of dance. So if I have to go on the talent round and perform on the dance, I can
That's nice.
definitely do that. So this time I was kind of prepared. I focus on my diet food too, since I get enough time for implementing on myself. So yeah, this year I'm taking kind of the steps which can make me better than last previous pageant.
Nice. So we also know about you that you worked for Archana Culture costume designs in Atlanta. How was that feeling?
That great feeling for Archana Kocher. She's a Bollywood designer, and the great thing I was feeling is she was very calm person. As a designer, you know how designers have the kind of a tantrum. She was a very normal person. She's like, oh, you know what, you can fit in this, and she's like, since I was a showstopper for her show, she was much focused. She's like, okay, you can wear these sandals underneath these there. And she was kind of very helpful, so she walked with me throughout the ramp where you bring your designer, and it was great experience. So we walked for the doctors. It was a AP for the cardio surgeons, and it was a great experience where I can meet other people. So it's kind of the same field. I belong to the medical field, and I met other medical people. So it was amazing, and I liked it. So it
That's so
was
good to know about you. So tell me, like, when they asked you the question in the talent round, how was your feeling? Like, did you get nervous?
not really. For questions, I was ready because more than walking, I was ready to answer the questions. Since you know, you have to think and say. So I'm the person, I can say everything which is in my mind. If you're reading my mind, that's what you're listening from my mouth. So it was pretty easy for me to answer every questions. Or I was not even ready. Like मैंने ऐसे कोई रट्टा नहीं मारा था कि I'm gonna say this that. I was ready for whatever I'm feeling, I'm gonna express. So when I walk and they ask me for the peer pressure, I'm like, yeah, I've been to that peer pressure. I've been for that pressure until 2 years. So I know how it is, and I know how hard it is to get out from the things, because where you are in a dilemma, like agar मेरा ये ऐसा करने से ये हो रहा है, तो what is the next step, you know? So you were not able to pick the right steps, but certain times you have to go with your heart. So what I did was going with my heart, and I think that's touched the judge's heart. They're like, okay.
That's
So
the right
yeah.
decision you made, you know. So, like, would you want to advise other contestants for upcoming pageants? What would you suggest them?
I will suggest them that don't go for your, like, when I was there, I have seen many other contestants like, oh, you know, she's looking better. She has a better hairstyle. She got a better makeup style, this, that, or she got a better dress, and I'm not comfortable in my this heel, that heel. So, you know, when you're upset from inside, that glow doesn't come on your face. So when I was there, I was just thinking like, okay, I'm here just to achieve my dreams. मेरे को क्राउन से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. If I'm getting it, that's what I achieve. मगर if I'm not getting it, I will be better next time. I will be 1,000 times better next time, but I will come back. So that was my first motive to walk on the stage. And one of the thing, I was not nervous about anything, like जैसे कि मेरा बाल ठीक नहीं है, मेरा makeup ठीक नहीं. As you know, I was the last person where a makeup artist was calling me. Remember, like सबका
Right.
हो
Yeah.
जाने के बाद she used to call me. She's like, okay, and I was like, आपको जैसा करना है, I will be okay. I will be fine. I will just go walk with the thing. So that was I learned. That what I learned from my parents. Like कुछ भी situation है, if its situation is not comforting you, just walk with the situation, and that can make you much stronger. So वही I will suggest to the other people, be yourself. Like don't think कि मेरे को ये ठीक नहीं है, मेरा वो ठीक नहीं है. If you're gonna think, if you are looking 1,000 times prettier, that gonna make you look 1,000 times worse. क्योंकि अगर आप सोचते ही रहते हो कि मेरा ये नहीं है वो नहीं है, तो आप को जो करना है आप उस पर फोकस नहीं कर पाते. Your
Just
mind is
believe
always
in yourself.
diverted. Yes, so I believe in being myself, putting smile on my face, and I always do that. I was happy, jolly, so I'm like, that was the thing that make me feel better. I will suggest other people. आयो उसको enjoy करो, enjoy that moment, because you know that moment is never gonna come back in your life. So
Right.
for me, that was a great thing. Like leave, make some friends, have some fun, because that's where you know how comfortable you are with in that box. So yeah.
Right. You were a very nice person I met. We made a good bond. We talked so much. On the first day, we started talking about our personal lives, and it was no
Yeah.
shame talking about ki, why would I, you know, tell her this? Why would I tell her that? And it was really nice. And you were looking very pretty that day. Today, when you were on the stage on the talent round, like you were amazing, and you deserved to be crowned. And
So
I wish.
as you know, remember I wore my sadi wala joda. So that was the reason behind it. I wore that kind of dress because I want to show the people. It's not like jab आप कुछ when you were married, but you were getting out of the divorce, or if you're going through the bad phase, make the bad phase as your strength. उसको अपनी strength बनानी चाहिए, rather than crying over like, oh मेरे साथ ऐसा हो गया.
Right.
If you're making your thing on your strength, and then you can see like you're getting your crown. So that's why I
That's
choose
the
that
thing
dress
every
on me.
all the girls learned from you, because your answer to the question was something you went through peer pressure, and all the girls were really proud of you. Like our group and everybody was very inspired by you. Like you were so strong having a kid. You were still smiling going through divorce and stuff. You were still smiling on that day, and that made you really pretty.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in the show and sharing your experience. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, Alicia, having me on your show. It was great time. So let's see. Let's meet after COVID-19 in South Asia
Sure, we will.
2020.
We should thank Rashmi and Janak for this interview.
Yeah,
Thank
that's so
you.
right.
All right. Okay.
Bye.